All right, let's talk about 2025. We are going to do a super fast tour of the technology that is really going to define the next year. And we're not talking buzzwords. We're going to cut right through all the hype to get to the fundamental shifts that are actually going to change things. So, let's jump in.
You know how it is, right? Every single day there's some new breakthrough, some new term you're supposed to know. But how do you separate what's a real game-changing signal from just all the noise? What's just a fad? And what's the stuff that's going to stick around and really impact all of us?
Well, to help us figure that out, we're going to use a guide. This is the latest technology trends outlook from McKinsey & Company. They basically do all the hard work for us. They look at where the money is going, where the research is headed, where the jobs are popping up, all the signals that show you what's real.
And their research makes one thing absolutely clear. The big idea here is that AI isn't just another trend to add to the list. You have to think of it as the foundational engine. It's the thing that's supercharging everything else, from robotics to bioengineering. You know, in the past, we had these big tech waves, like mobile or the cloud, and they were kind of their own thing. What's so different now is that AI is like a universal amplifier. It just makes every other technology way more powerful.
So here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we're diving into the AI revolution itself. Then, we'll look under the hood at the actual hardware that makes it all possible. And finally, we'll see how these things are coming together to literally engineer a new reality for us.
Okay, let's kick things off with the AI revolution, because what we're seeing is this really profound shift in what AI is and what it can do. It's moving away from being just a passive tool that we tell what to do to being an active collaborator, something we actually work alongside.
And the next huge wave here is something called agentic AI. The easiest way to think about it is like this. Instead of just asking a question and getting an answer, an AI agent can take that answer and then go perform a bunch of actions for you. It's like having a virtual coworker that can manage a project or write code or process an entire order all on its own.
Now, if you think this is some far-off sci-fi concept, just look at this number. Plus 985%. That's the explosion in demand for people with agentic AI skills just between 2023 and 2024. A number like that isn't a trend, it's a gold rush. It tells you that every company is scrambling to build and use these systems right now.
And this is already out there in the real world. In cybersecurity, a company called Darktrace has AI agents that act like a digital immune system, just autonomously defending networks. In business, Salesforce has agents that can handle all the annoying stuff, like support tickets and scheduling. And for developers, tools like Cursor can write complex code from just a simple English sentence. This isn't the future, it's already here.
And just to put this all into perspective, look at the money. The entire AI category pulled in over $124 billion in investment last year. Now, agentic AI is still just a sliver of that, but you can see that it's part of this massive financial wave that's driving the whole revolution forward.
But here's what I find so fascinating. None of this AI magic just happens out of thin air. Every single one of these breakthroughs runs on a physical foundation of incredible hardware and connectivity. This is the unseen engine that's powering it all, and believe me, it's going through its own revolution.
I mean, the sheer amount of computing power you need for these massive AI models is just astronomical, and that incredible demand is forcing everyone to completely rethink the underlying infrastructure, especially the very brains of the operation, the semiconductors.
See, for years, the whole industry just used general, one-size-fits-all chips. But that's changing, and it's changing fast. The tech giants, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, they are all now designing their own custom chips specifically for AI. So what's the big deal? Well, sure, it means better performance and lower costs for them. But the real story is that this gives them a massive competitive edge that no one else can replicate. It's completely changing the power dynamics of the industry. But this is where it gets really transformative. The biggest breakthroughs, the coolest innovations, they aren't happening with just one technology by itself. They're happening at the point of convergence, where different trends get woven together to solve problems in ways that were just impossible a few years ago.
Here's a perfect example. Maintaining a wind farm way out in the middle of nowhere. So, first step, you need data. You get it from advanced connectivity, thanks to low Earth orbit satellites. Step 2, the technician on site puts on a pair of augmented reality goggles. They can now see digital instructions overlaid right on top of the real machine. The result? You've got this powerful mix of connectivity and immersive reality that makes clean energy more efficient.
And that brings us to our final section. How all these foundational breakthroughs in AI and hardware are actually creating a new reality where the digital and physical worlds are starting to merge.
And you can see this popping up everywhere. We're talking about intelligent factories, where robots are becoming smarter and safer to work with. We're talking about personalized medicine, where AI helps design treatments just for you. This convergence is creating real, tangible results that are changing entire industries. Just imagine this scenario of an autonomous factory repair. What's so cool here is that it's a new kind of teamwork, but not between people. You have the robot arm that's actually doing the physical repair. You have a traditional AI model that uses its pattern recognition to diagnose the problem, and then you have an agentic AI system that comes up with the repair plan and automatically orders the parts. Each piece of tech is playing a specific, collaborative role.
So when you look across all of these different trends, McKinsey's research points to three huge themes for 2025. First, the rise of autonomy, and everything from software to robots. Second, this weird dual growth where we're getting both massive, centralized computing power and tiny, specialized computing right on our devices. And third, and this might be the most important, the idea that trust is the ultimate gatekeeper for getting any of this adopted.
And this quote from senior partner Delphine Nanzurkia really just nails the whole challenge. As AI stops being a tool and starts being more like a colleague, things like governance and ethics, well, they aren't just nice-to-haves. They're absolutely essential if we're going to build the trust we need to move forward. Which, of course, leaves us all with a pretty critical question. As these autonomous AI agents start showing up in our workflows, what does that really mean for our jobs, for our teams? What does work even look like when it's this seamless blend of human and digital labor? That's the question we are all going to be grappling with as these trends become our daily reality. The only thing we know for sure is that the way we collaborate with technology is about to be completely redefined. Thanks for watching The Explainer.